My social justice adventure for the Well 400 class at the Paulo Freire Social Justice Charter School. I was very excited to start a new class in the spring semester at Bay Path, the Well 400 class, taught by Dr. Jarvis. But unfortunately, we had to wait almost 7 weeks to begin the journey, and it seemed like everything was getting in our way, from snowstorms to holidays and anything you could think of in between. So we stayed home in the bitter cold, and we got some reading done about some very important pioneers in the social justice world. We first learned about Paulo Freire, who taught us how teachers and students should learn from one another. Next, Aaron Gruelle, who showed us how one person's determination can change the lives of so many. We finally read about Mother Teresa, a woman who truly had a heart of pure gold. She showed us that we cannot all do great things, but we can do small things with great love. After 7 long weeks, we were finally ready to make our first visit to the school, where we would get to talk to Principal Luba and other administrators at the school who were as interested in us in making a difference. We were able to work with them to gather ideas on the kind of projects we would be able to complete throughout the semester, or what we had left of it. Some of us were tutoring, and some of us are helping out with college preparations. I wasn't sure what I could do that could make a difference, until I heard that they didn't have a library. Then I knew I could take my interior design background and create a reading corner. During my second visit to the school, when the students were actually there, I even saw a student sitting in a box. I was then reassured at this point that the school really did need an area where the students could feel comfortable and free to read whatever they like in a welcoming setting. So as soon as I got home that night, I went straight to work, looking for items that we could use to build a reading corner, and then talking to Dr. Jarvis about writing a grant. We worked to find out what we could do to bring this idea to life, and not too soon later, we had a written grant, and we were ready to submit it to the grant committee. We waited a few weeks to see if it got approved, and it did. We were so excited. Once the grant was approved, I met with Dr. Kristen Barnett to finalize everything. We went over all of the items that we wanted to order to make sure that we had everything correct. The next step was for us to submit it to be ordered and wait for everything to arrive. So in the meantime, myself and Rebecca went to the school to start preparing to bring in all the items needed to set up this reading corner. So we started to vacuum, mop, clean the glass windows, organize some of the books on the bookshelves, and just made sure everything was ready so that when we came in next week, we could set the reading corner up. Finally, everything arrived. Dr. Jarvis and his wife Jasmine got everything on his truck and ready to go. We headed up to Holyoke so that we could set the reading corner up. But of course, before we took off, we had to take advantage of the photo ops. And so we did, posing for pictures in front of the fully loaded truck that Dr. Jarvis and his wife Jasmine had just loaded. We then headed towards the highway. Once we got to the school, we unloaded the truck, carrying in all the boxes that had been shipped in from Amazon over the past couple of weeks. Once in the classroom, we went straight to work. Unpacking boxes within more boxes. At one point, we were wondering what we would find inside. There was even a student there who was more than willing to give a helping hand. While putting the reading corner together, I didn't feel like I was at work, or doing work. I felt good knowing that what I was doing was going to make a difference in the lives of so many students at the school. Dr. Jarvis did a great job putting together the end tables. I know I wouldn't have been able to do that by myself. His wife Jasmine also was a great help when it came to putting the vinyl stickers on the wall because they were quite tricky. I really needed a second hand in putting up the vinyl stickers, so I'm glad she was there to help. We found another opportunity for a photo op, so me and Kristen sat down to test out the furniture. And I have to say, I approve. While we added some finishing touches and took a few more pictures of what we had accomplished, the reading corner is almost ready for the students to use. We have to make one more trip to the school to bring up the items that hadn't arrived yet. I believe the students will truly appreciate what we have done, and I also believe that it will make a true difference in their educational lives. The only thing that I can hope for is that the students at the Paulo Freire Social Justice Charter School enjoy using the Reading Corner as much as I enjoyed putting it together, along with the help of a very excellent team. I would just like to say thank you to everyone who played a part in making the Reading Corner a success. A few of those people would be Kirsten, Luba Marsh, Dr. Kirsten Barnett, the Reading Corner team, the grant committee, and of course, our wonderful professor, Dr. Jarvis. It would not have been possible if it weren't a team effort. Once again, thank you all, and I hope you enjoyed this video.